Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, excuse me. Today I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about something that has been coming up a lot lately, and regarding relationships and dating in this world today, and all of that. It's just like I've been noticing it for a long time, but it was just like today so much stuff it just come out popping out at me, and my homegirl posted, made a post earlier. Then I saw a reel earlier, and it was speaking on that. So I want to speak on it because I really just don't understand the world and dating. I would be so lost out here trying to date right now. But like dating is so meaningless these days. Like no one is anybody even interested in actually having fulfilling relationship that's actually going to last these days, or is everybody just in it for the quick of the moment or for appointment? I don't understand this shit. That is so stupid to me. I mean, it really is, because there are people like myself and others like me, male and female, that actually do want a meaningful relationship. Actually do want something that's going to last. Actually do want something and to be where it's okay to love. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be submissive. It's okay to let your guards down. Like so many men out here, and it's so sad because so many men look at women, and especially if you're a strong woman and you've been through shit, you're a little more masculine, and you have a lot more boundaries up when it comes to you. And this is men also, because men put up boundaries. Men also get hurt. Men have feelings, even though a lot of them want to express them. But if you reach and get to a mature man who's secure with himself and knows who he is, he'll express his feelings to you. Men cry, even though, you know, they're human just like we are. They have feelings and everything. And, a lot of times it's hard because, women, they don't necessarily acknowledge a man's feelings because men are put out there to, you're a man, man up. Don't show emotion, don't show feelings. And that's the fucking sad part. Because that's why so many of these men out here today, they don't want to show their feelings. That's why so many of these men out here today are pretty much act the way that they act towards women. And it's so hard to get them to open up and talk to you and tell me what's on your mind, because they feel like, oh, I can't be a bitch. No, that's not being a bitch. You have to grow and excel to the point to where you are secure with yourself and understand you are a human. Even though you may have been raised to be like that, you need love and you need affection too. It's so many hard body men out here that feel like, I don't need no love, I don't need no affection. I got hoes, I got this. I mean, that's not everybody, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're not happy with them, because who wants to do that? Like, that's not even fun, even on the chick's perspective. Like, now, girls is players too. That shit is so stupid. I mean, okay, the song is catchy and everything like that, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, really look at it on a real note. Like, look at the world. Look, like, men and women not even having kids together no more. Women and women having kids. Men and men are having kids. Like, they not even the natural way anymore. It's like, boop, let me go get an injection. I don't need you. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman to have a baby. I'm go get an injection. So then, like, when these kids are growing up, don't get me wrong, same sex marriages, okay. I'm not against who your sexual preference or whatever it may be. I don't have nothing to do with that. That ain't none of my business. Live you, live how you live. But it's just like at the same time, like it's so sad because there's no love in the world. And then like people are just users and manipulators these days. It's just like men and women. It's like men try to bash women, women bash men. But at the same time, it's all in the same boat. And that's not for everybody because it is still good people out there that actually does want a meaningful relationship. But it's so hard to find a meaningful relationship when you got so many people that don't care about love. Everyone's living for in the moment. But what about when you get old? Don't you want somebody to grow old with? Don't you want somebody, just that one person, to just be there? Don't you want somebody to wake up next to cuddle at night when it's cold, to a shoulder to cry on when you're having a bad day, and you ain't gotta call one of your hoes that don't care because you're only for the moment, and that goes for men and women. Like men, it's not all about y'all doing the game no more because a lot of these chicks out here don't give a fuck about you, just like that you don't give a fuck about them. Realize that. Like it's not the same. Like y'all don't have no upper hand or no leeway no more. It ain't all about, oh, what you putting it down like this. She don't care. Why you think, man, it's toys out here that's bigger than some of y'all. No cap. But I'm just saying, like, I said that to say that that's not, the world has normalized not loving, the not having relationships. Like, no one knows what that means anymore. So the world is doomed because these kids are growing up and kids are steady being born and they're not going to know. Like in a while, life form itself is going to be extinct. It's like same sex marriages, everyone's having kids. So what's going to happen when all these eggs has gotten frozen and all the sperm banks run out because no one is mating naturally anymore? Then then what? Or we're going to be extinct? It's just like no one, and then no one should have to settle. Like that's part of growth. When you realize that you don't want to settle for the okie doke no more, you've grown, you've elevated. And sometimes it's not selfish when you realize that, and you realize that you don't want to do the same stuff no more. You don't want to settle for the same stuff no more. A person that have you going on for a long time and they might not even know what they want in life and you know exactly what you want. So is it wrong for you to go after what you want and decide that you don't want to wait till they figure it out anymore? Because them figuring it out is them figuring out for their life. You already know what you want in your life. So should you stop your life and what you want, and you may not even get that from that person? So should you, is it selfish for you to stop and say, hey, this is what I want in my life, so I'm going to go after what I want? And it's not even looking, no one's searching for love anymore, because if you search for love, you're going to go the wrong way. Just let it come natural. God will send you the right person when it's your time. And nowadays it's so sad because people settle now just off the strength because you're too scared to go out and date or meet someone else because it's so much wasted time. And it's so sad. It's so sad that these kids are not going to know what it is to love. It's so sad that there is very rare that you have two parents in the home. It's very rare that all of the kids have the same mother and father. It is just so sad. And I just hate the fact like men and women are not selling anymore and would rather be by themselves because it's not about what one person can do. A relationship is, what can both of you all do? What can both of you all do to benefit each other? What can both of you all do to elevate each other for you all to grow together? People are so one-sided. Like, men talk about women, oh, I'm just want this done, or just want that done. But hell, there's a whole lot of men out here in the same thing, hop into relationships just because of what they feel a person can do for them. When both of y'all should be bringing to the table. Both of y'all should be giving each other love, affection, and fulfillment. And if both of y'all are not doing that, and y'all can't communicate, and it's like communication these days is so non-existent, because every time you're trying to communicate with someone, it's like, just because we're communicating doesn't mean we have to argue. It's communication. That's how things get solved, by communicating. But that's not even existing anymore. You can't communicate and talk to people. So I just want to know what y'all think about that. Like, is it selfish? Or what do you think? Like, even with poly relationships, there's no monogamy no more. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? We are doomed in this world. Like, it is so sad. I mean, it's really hurtful, and it's just like so sad, because like people think because you're by yourself or you're miserable, or you're gonna have to settle for something, or you won't be with nobody. You know what? Sometimes it's better just be by yourself, because there is somebody out there that is longing and wanting the same thing that you are wanting. And one day, when the time is right, God is going to put that person right where y'all need to be together. And y'all are going to be able to grow together. That's another thing. That's what Billionaire Squad is about. It's not all about money. It's about having a mindset of growth and elevation. Because people fail to realize that just because you got money, you could have all the money in the world and not be happy. Because money can't buy you happiness. And people think that it gets lonely at the top. It gets lonely when you're old and you're sitting there with nobody to talk to. It gets lonely when you old and you have nobody but yourself. So, no, people are not just aiming to be alone, but sometimes people would rather be alone than to deal with the bullshit that's in the world today. And it's just sad that that's the normalization these days. And I just don't understand it. So I'm going to add an inspiration into this. Take some time out to think about that. Think about what your challenge is. Think about what makes you happy and what is fulfilling to you. And remember, it's not selfish loving yourself. Take some time out and think about that. Peace.